You're listening to Diana Tapia's Business Chronicles, where it's all about real business problems with real solutions. This podcast is for all those looking to start a business or who are stuck in their current business. I'm a successful business owner of Dublin Place Corporate Housing who invested in the business, took it to the next level, and sold it for $1 million. Now, my intention is to share with you my obstacles and the lessons that I learned to inspire and motivate you wherever you are in your business journey.
In today's Q&A, I will answer everyone's questions, especially the question about episode number 6. Notice, why did Eleanor choose the client in need of support? But first, let's dive in with answering the following question. What is the most valuable tool that you can use to evolve your business or a product that you are working on? Answer, user experience. Others get to try your product and give you honest feedback on what's so great about it, what's not so great about it, and what you can do to improve your product. So what did others have to say about my podcast? Before I answer this question, I'd like to answer why I created this podcast. I created this podcast to draw in new traffic sources for my business. I hope to accomplish this by building brand recognition through the story of Eleanor. The fourplex featured in the story of Eleanor is an actual property you can stay in Colorado Springs, and Suite D is where Eleanor lived with her family for 8 years. As many of you know, I advertise my business at the end of the podcast, so I invite you to come, stay, reset at one of our fabulous corporate rentals. What are corporate rentals? They're furnished properties, condos, apartments, townhouses, single-family residential homes, and they cater to people who are traveling for work, families that are moving, those exploring a new way of life, and for many other reasons. Our properties are located in Colorado Springs at this time only, so we invite you to come stay with us. Minimum stay is 30 days. How will this podcast help me to draw in traffic? Honestly, I don't know yet. Sometimes you don't have all the answers in the present moment. The best thing that you can do is take the next best step and try something new, even if you don't know the how. In the meantime, if you're a business owner and want to bring in new sources of traffic or have been working on something new, I encourage you not to wait. Put your work out there. Take it to the next step. Even if it makes no sense, just do it. A lot of times we look for evidence out there to see if we will succeed or not. And that is a faulty mirror through which to view the world. It leaves no room for imagination or creativity and leads to conformity. You won't know until you try it. Put out what you got and get feedback. Then repeat the process until you achieve the result you want. It's as simple as that. The power to create is only in the present moment. I'm still figuring out how this podcast will help my business. But in the meantime, I know I have to try something. I love business. I love teaching and storytelling. So I use the resources I already have and put them out there, knowing that I would just fine tune and make adjustments along the way. What gifts or resources do you already have that you can start with? And last but not least, I want to thank all my listeners who filled out the survey and sent in their responses. You guys are pretty amazing and give me so much insight and perspective. It's very invaluable, and it's also going to help me further develop Eleanor's character and style, and of course, this podcast. Q&A. Question number 1. Why is there not more information on how to start a business and the steps to get started? Answer, because we all intuitively know how to start a business. Let's use the example of a 7-year-old kid who wants to start a lemonade stand. How do they do it? How would you start a lemonade business stand if you were 7 years old? I'm going to use this example on today's Q&A because it is relatable, and the same concept applies if you're looking to start a business. I asked a 27-year-old who has never started a business and would like to the same question. How would you start a lemonade stand? Her answer? You get a table, you buy lemonade, you write a sign that says 50-cent lemonade, and you go to the side of the road. Does that sound right to you? Let me tell you, if you're looking to start a business, you already know how to do it. You have practiced the same concepts somewhere else in your life, trust me. Look for evidence where you did something similar and let it guide you on starting your business. If you're thinking it's too hard, you're doing it wrong. Simplify the process to 3rd grade level. Kids always seem to find solutions, even if it makes no sense to adults. I wonder why. Could it possibly be that they're using their imagination? Question number 2. Where did Eleanor get money to buy an apartment building? She financed it. She went out, applied for a loan, and got it. Simple as that. 3. Where did Eleanor raise capital to renovate and furnish the apartments? Eleanor's husband had been in a work accident and received a work settlement. She used the funds from that accident to invest in her business. Returning to the lemonade stand example, how would you fund your lemonade business? Answer from the 27-year-old, I had the money. If I didn't have the money, I would have sold something. Or I would have just asked my mom for money. If you funded your lemonade business, how would you have funded it? Question number 4. How did Eleanor do research? She looked at platforms that advertised short-term rentals, read the reviews, saw what people loved, didn't love so much about their stays, and decided that she would offer something a little different. She had previously stayed in short-term rentals, so she knew what furniture was standard, what to buy, towels, linens, decorative items, etc., etc. Where in your life have you researched for, let's say, where to go on a vacation, what car to purchase, or which concert you wanted to go to? The same concept applies here when researching to start a business. Look at what others have done before you and see what you like and don't like about how they did it, and just do it better. This is only a starting point. At some point, you will evolve your business and redecide to do it completely different, and that's okay. How would a kid know how to do research for a lemonade stand? What would you say? I would say they probably saw it on a garage sale, drove by one, saw it on TV. I asked the 27-year-old how she would do research and know what to buy, and this is what she said. I went to a lot of garage sales as a kid. I would have bought my items that I needed at the grocery store that I didn't have at home, like a super cheap cooler, ice, lemonade, cups, napkins. It's a lemonade stand. Everyone knows how to do it. You know how much they charge. And I would support them more if their drinks weren't watery. What is it with those darn watery lemonade stands? My response to the 27-year-old, hey, you already know how to start a business. What would you say? Do you agree? If so, you also know how to start a business. Let's say she was surprised that it could be that easy. What about you? Could it possibly be that easy? Finally, everyone's question. Number 5, why did Eleanor decide to give a 30-day notice to the family needed support, and how did she know they needed support? Answer, this decision was made from a business standpoint. Follow me here. You have 3 tenants. One tenant has a guaranteed rental contract. The second tenant has been there for 7 years with an excellent rental history. The third tenant was consistently late on their rent. Eleanor supported them by being flexible on their rental due date, leaving Eleanor to cover business expenses even if their rent payment was not in. Financially, having late rental payments was impacting her business. Giving them notice made sense. Did they want to leave? No, but the family found a better living situation at a price they could afford somewhere else. Last question, number 6. Where did Eleanor think her life would be in her 30s, 40s, and 50s before the kids, before the work? Eleanor did not plan past her 20s. This is why when she received that letter from her friend reminding her that whatever she was doing in her 30s is what she would be doing in her 40s and 50s, she started asking questions again. She remembered she had forgotten to continue planning her life. Her goal had been to marry a handsome guy with green eyes, have a red sports car, and 3 kids. She met the handsome guy with green eyes and told him she would marry him, and marry him she did. They happily married and had 3 kids. Interestingly enough, her handsome guy came with a red Mustang. Eleanor achieved her first goal in her 20s. However, she forgot to keep planning her life and instead went with the flow of whatever life handed her. Where in your life have you forgotten to plan or have stopped planning your life? And can you relate to Eleanor? Life may give you lemons, but you can decide what flavor you want life to give you. Life can give you strawberries, blueberries, peaches, melons, or whatever flavor you want. What flavor do you want life to give you more of? What is your favorite life flavor? My favorite life flavor is passion fruit. And man, does life taste great. In the next episode, I will go into the backstory of Eleanor's character and what was going on in her life as she worked to reach her goals. Also, I am super excited to share with you upcoming changes to this podcast. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. I invite you to stay at one of our first-class corporate rentals if you're needing a stay of 30 days or more at dublinplace.us. If you would like to show support, follow me at Dublin Place Corporate Housing social media sites at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You can leave your comments there. And as always, do the do by liking us, sharing, or commenting. May you too have a day full of wonders. Diana.